have seen many releases over the years from World Wrestling Entertainment, but never have I seen the company catch this much heat or receive this much backlash like they're currently receiving from parting ways with 53-year-old Ron Killings. R-Truth. Fans and talent, not just heartbroken, but furious with the company. That's right, I said talent as well. Not just heartbroken, but the talent is furious with their own company. And for justified reasons. Ron Killings was not just another spoke on the wheel. R-Truth was not just another superstar that's been there for a long time. He's older now. You got the good out of him. Now kick him to the curb like tomorrow's garbage. No. Don't be shocked. This company should not be shocked when fans and talent saw right through that bullshit. You can do that for a lot of your superstars because you book them in a way that makes them so damn irrelevant, no name value and no name recognition whatsoever, so by the time you kick them to the curb, it's not a big deal. And they thought they could pull that with R-Truth, swipe it underneath the rug, it'll make a little noise, but not that much. But instead, it is just picking up traction as hours go by. Every major publication and big media outlet is covering this story for justified reasons. Because you book somebody like R-Truth to be your backstage clown for years, your circus sideshow, and he did everything that company asked him to do. Anything and everything they to be your backstage clown for years, your circus sideshow, and he did everything that company asked him to do. Anything and everything. They say jump, he said how high. He dressed up as a Christmas tree, to a garbage can, to a ninja. If you need... He dressed up as a Christmas tree, to a garbage can, to a ninja.
It'll be the most clipped up video in WWE's YouTube channel. And you sit up there and say you don't see color. But you knew how to bury Bianca Belair at WrestleMania, knowing Vince McMahon wanted to put that new streak on her. But you found a way to end that. You found a way to put the Japanese wrestler in the ring and make sure the yellow woman pulled up the leg and pinned the black woman, and you protected the white woman, the European woman, which was Rhea Ripley. Did you not do that, Triple H? Did you not keep Rhea Ripley strong by not being pinned? And you said, well, Bianca Belair could eat the pin. She's the black girl. We see how you do, black people. Look at Carmelo Hayes. You got him walking around with a racist man's chain around his neck. Did not Andre the Giant call a few black men niggers, and Bad News Brown had to get the flicky and pull it out on him, and Hogan ducked for his life? It's the most famous story that's talked about. And told him, if you ever use that word nigger, I'll kill you again. Bad News Brown knew he was black. Andre the Giant knew he was a white Frenchman, ogre-looking motherfucker. Barely can wrestle, ogre-looking motherfucker. May he rest in shit for his disrespect. But not you. Not you. You don't see color. But not you. Not you. You don't see color. Weren't you the one that going into WrestleMania 18 that you told Triple H that you as Triple H told Booker T, all you're supposed to do is sing and dance? If you didn't see color, you wouldn't agree to do the race angle, but you did it. All I need you to do is, all your people are supposed to do for me is sing and dance. Did you not tell that to Booker T in the middle of the ring going into your promo at WrestleMania 18? And Booker T, old black old coon ass, didn't know how to say anything back, and all he could say is, that may be so. But look at you, Triple H. You don't see color, but...
All praises and glory goes to our mighty power, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and salutations unto the elect men feeding the sheep of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. In sincerity and truth with this great gospel coming out of our Bible, man. Coming out of our Bible. And what you got going on right now in the world of entertainment, right? WWE just released this wrestler, this so-called black wrestler, and all these fans are upset, right? Because they're seeing WWE for what it really is, how can you say, a white supremacy organization, right? That only promotes so-called Edomite, so-called white characters, right? And makes fun of you Jakes, you blacks and Hispanics, right? They got this dude, Ron Killings, if I'm not mistaken, right? He's been doing everything they asked him to do, and now that he's getting older, they said it's time for him to go, right? What they call it, burying. They like to bury these so-called black entertainers, right? Black celebrities, because these Jakes thinking that they could be part of this man's system. All I got to do is dance for master, chuck and jive, run fast for master, jump high for master, entertain for master, and I'm going to keep my job. And one day I might be able to sit right next to master, not knowing master don't give a damn about you. Right, master don't give a damn about you ninjas. Right, you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This is Genesis 3:15. It says, I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Right? There's an enmity. Let's go into this enmity. Right? It says, the state or feeling of being actively opposed or hostile to someone or something. Hostility. Right? Friction. Opposition. Rivalry. Feud. Conflict. Discord. Contention. Bitterness. Right? Resentment. Dislike. Ill feeling. Ill will. Bad blood. Hatred. Hate. That's what the Lord put between you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and against who? Esau Edom, the so-called white man who is your slave master in this society, right? Who you got to go to him for the one of all things, even a job, employment, right? For you to pay your bills, you got to go work for master, and master don't give a damn about you in this society. This is the book of Genesis 27:41. It reads, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessings, right? And Esau hated Jacob because of, I'm going to read it again. It says Genesis 27:41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessings wherewith his father blessed him, right? It says, the elder shall serve the younger, right? It says, there are twins in thy belly. One people shall be stronger than the other people. And who's stronger than the other people? The children of Israel. We're stronger than Esau Edom, right? Even in this society, Esau can't stand that. We're stronger than him. Right, Esau got to take steroids. Esau got to take manipulation of the cells to get bigger, right? To get stronger, to run faster. And Jacob was just blessed with a physical frame of a god, right? It says we are gods, but ye shall die like men. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessings wherewith his father blessed him. Plus, we got the kingdom of heaven, everlasting rulership over all dominion, forever and ever, right? It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessings wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Then will I slay my brother Jacob, right? We're dealing with a perpetual hatred, right? This is the book of Ezekiel 35 verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. Let's go to perpetual. Right? Perpetual. Never ending or changing. Right? These devils ain't never stopped hating us since the time of the book of Genesis. Right? Ever since the father Isaac died, right? It says never ending or changing, everlasting, never ending hatred, eternal hatred, a permanent hatred, unending hatred, endless, without end, lasting, long lasting, constant, abiding, enduring, right? Timeless, ageless, deathless, undefined, immortal, unfailing, unchanging, never changing, changeless, right? They ain't gonna change. They gonna continue to have what? A perpetual hatred for who? The children of Israel. Ezekiel 35:5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end, right? You go to the Reconstruction era, right? We freed the slaves. What were they doing? They was killing their asses, hanging them, burning them, saying they were raping so-called white women, right? These are things that Jake had to go through in this society, right? The so-called Mexican Revolution. The wars between Gad and Esau Edom, right? Esau Edom made these so-called pacts and rules that they will not invade Native American territory. What happened? They end up taking their territory and pushing them to reservations. Right? That's part of that perpetual hatred. Romans 12:19, it says, "Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord." Right? The Lord's gonna take vengeance for who? The children of Israel. Children of Israel, because in this society you have been promoted to be made the face of evil, the face of wickedness, right? Everything about black people is something bad, right? It says the bad is black effect. Research finds darker skin is associated with perceptions of evil. Perceptions of evil. And who's pushing this perception? Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Esau Edom, the red man. Right? He's pushing this perception because he know that Jacob is a dark-colored nation. Right? And he's not calling the East Indians over there dark as hell black. He's not calling them Chinese in them areas black as hell, right? You see it go to Thailand, go to Philippines, man. You got some Asians so goddamn black, right? But they're not calling them black, right? Who they calling black? You Negroes in America, you Haitians in Haiti, you Jamaicans, you Israelites throughout the Caribbeans and Central and South America, right? Because you are the children of Israel. They want you to not know your identity, right? An unknown identity, being black. It says, the bad is black effect. Research finds darker skin is associated with perceptions of evil. It says in 1994, Time magazine ran a controversial cover photo of O.J. Simpson mugshot that to some readers seemed to have been intentionally altered to make Simpson's skin look darker, right, look darker than normal, accompanied by the headline, "An American Tragedy." And they just killed this one cracker, right? And they said this was the cracker who was really behind the killings of Nicole Simpson and Ron Goldman, right? They executed some Edomite. They said he was really the murderer behind that shit, and they had him, but then racist cops refused to bring the light to him. They wanted to keep everything on who? O.J. Simpson, because they want to bring that separation, that division. Really, it's the Lord. It's the Lord bringing that separation of hate and division between these two different races. Right, Simpson's mugshot that to some readers seemed to have been intentionally altered to make Simpson's skin look darker than normal, right? You got motherfucking Jakes in this side, they're bleaching their skin. They got no bleach, and they bleach up them skin, right? They want to look more Caucasian. They want to feel more accepted, accompanied by the headline, "An American Tragedy." Time was criticized for manipulating Simpson's appearance to make him seem menacing. That's how black people are looked in this society. You're looked at as a menace. They got a movie called Menace to Society. I ain't seen too many white boys. The white boys was paying him to steal the cars, but they didn't say he was the menace to society. The white boys was bringing the drugs in the community. They didn't say he was the menace to society. Who was the menace to society? You niggas, you ninjas, right? And therefore more likely to be guilty of his accused crimes. People were so upset by the image that James Gain, then a magazine manager, issued a public apology, right? Because they like, man, come on, man, these devils know they bogus, right? It says majority of black Americans see racist or negative depictions in news media's new study finds, right? Yeah, of course you're being promoted as negativity. In a new study, black Americans express broad concerns about how they are depicted in the news media. Majority saying they see racist or negative depictions and a lack of effort to cover broad segments of their community, right? The Bible say what? We're going to go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. It says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no accounts of his labor." Right? Jake is not respected in this society. Jake is the reason why everything is popping. It says we are the salt of the earth, right? And these heathens ain't no salt of the earth. Don't nobody want to see no East Indians. Don't nobody want to see no damn Chinese, right? Only time they want to see these other nations when they acting like who? Ninjas, acting like you Israelites, right? Even amongst the tribes, right? Man, the Lord said Judah, right? The tribe of Judah. And Judah going to Benjamin, Judah, and Levi too, because you got the bunch of Levites, Benjamins, Judah, who done what manipulated the minds of the other tribes, man. The tribes trying to be like who? The southern kingdom. The southern kingdom, it says, then shall the righteous man stand in the great boldness before the face of such as afflicted him, and men no accounts of his labors. Right? You got these people, they done hijack you Israelites' identity. Right? Who's the new face of rap? Nothing but pale body motherfuckers. Right? Pale body motherfuckers. Ever since Eminem took Dr. Dre, handed it over to Eminem, right? It was over. Then they gave you what? In the NBA, you got nothing but half-breed looking motherfuckers. Right? Half-breed looking motherfuckers. Because they don't want that ninja looking, they don't want that dark skin, because dark skin is associated with what? Evil, right? You're bad. Right? So now the new face of television is what? A half-breed looking motherfucker. And guess what? As long as they see bloodline go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they cool. Even though some of them might die on this side, they cool. It's you half-breed looking motherfuckers whose bloodline go back to Esau, Edom. You are in trouble. You half-breed looking motherfuckers who go back to what? Moabites and heathens and Gentiles. You are in trouble because your ass going into captivity. You might look like a so-called black Hispanic man, his Native American man, but guess what? You've been mixed amongst the nations, right? The Lord sent a heathen to pop your mother, to throw dick in your mother, and that's how you was conceived. And guess what? You are not of the children of Israel. You are not of the children of Israel. I'm reading again. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him. It made no count of his labor. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond that they look for. Right? They gonna be like, God damn, these niggas got picked up. They got brought here on slave ships. They getting picked up with spaceships. Right? That's what's happening. That's what's gonna happen. And Yahweh shall return to deliver the elect of the children of Israel. We leaving out of here on what? So-called spaceships, the chariots of the Heavenly Father. Lord willing, we are part of that number. Right? I'm going to read the book of Micah 2:10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. Right, all you jakes trying to hold on to this society, trying to be part of this system, and you're finding out, hey man, you're fired, ninja. You're fired, ninja. Yeah, we done used all your energy, and guess what? We don't want you no more, ninja. Go find something else to do, ninja. You're no longer part of this company, ninja. They getting that ninja wake-up call, man. Look at what's that nigga? Drink Champs. Noriega, boy, he said them white boys, them white people told him, man, get out the road, y'all gotta leave, man. Y'all can't eat here. Go find somewhere else to eat. Right, it's a lot of ninjas getting that ninja wake-up call, right? It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. Jeremiah 30:12. It says, for thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. It says, there is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up, that thou has no healing medicines, right? Jay looking to be healed in this society. Money couldn't heal you. It's a bunch of black, so-called Hispanic, Native American men with lots of money. Guess what? They're fucking depressed. Their children are transgenders. Their wives are whores and sluts, right? Some of them are single. It's a lot of single rich motherfuckers, man. They don't want nothing to do with a bitch right now, because they know this bitch is a plague to their pockets. Right? This bitch is a curse to everything they done accumulated in this society. This bitch might take everything from them. Right? It says, there is none to plead thy cause, right? The religion that you done joined, Christianity can't help you. Money can't help you. Right? That satanic system that you done joined onto can't help you. That thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicine. All thy lovers, right? All the bullshit that you trusted in, all thy lovers have forgotten thee. They seek thee not. For I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one. For the multitude of thy iniquity, because of thy sins, were increased. Right? Jacob so wicked, as the Lord said, man, start punishing these motherfuckers. Start killing their kids, man. Start turning their kids into homosexuals, into murderers, man. Lock up some of their children, kill a lot of their kids, right? Give them grievous deaths, right? Make them the face of wickedness, right? Make them grow out these wicked ass dreadlocks and add weave to their hair and make them become killers and murderers and pure homosexuals. It says, why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. I have done these things unto thee, right? Because Jake multiplied in what wickedness. The Lord said, man, fuck them up. Fuck them up. I'm reading the book of Revelation 6 and 10. It says, and they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Lord Yahweh, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell upon the earth? Right? First off, before the Lord judged the wicked in the other nations, he got to judge what you fucking 2/3. Right? The Bible says what? Let's get this verse. 1 Peter 4:17, it says, for the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And it first begin at us. What shall the end of them be? What shall the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? Right? Read again, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High, right? You Israelites who know you are Israelites, you Jakes who know you are Israelites, you don't woke up to your identity and you still not doing the right things, right? There's going to be a purge upon these different Israelite camps, pushing what false doctrines, right? Speaking things that they should not be speaking, right? Speaking lies. It says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And also, man, Israelites getting killed, right? The heathens are wicked. They ain't getting judged like you Israelites getting killed. Ain't too many motherfuckers pulling up on that Edomite sitting in the car and just shooting up the car. Ain't too many niggas pulling up on a motherfucking Edomite at a concert and shoot up their concert. That's you niggas going through this curse. It says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. It first begin at us. What shall the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? Right? So it's going to be magnified more. A lot of you Israelites going to fucking die in this society, man, because you're not obeying the gospel of the Most High. Let's go to the book of John 14:6. It says, Yahweh shall say unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Right? And the life, right? The only way to avoid this death and destruction that's coming. Right, to avoid the punishments of the Lord is to come back to the Lord through his son Yahweh Shai. Through his son Yahweh Shai. It said, Yahweh Shai say unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto me, unto the Father, but by me. Right, the only way back to the Father is through his son. Right, because judgment is about to begin at the house of the Most High. And if you don't want to get that judgment, you have to know the name of the Most High to call on him to be saved from the things that are about to come. Right, the pure starvation. Right, the pure death and destruction. The pure collapse of a system, a society, right? These people ain't going to be able to, they ain't going to know what to do in the times to come. Right, but for the elect men, the Lord going to put a spirit on the elect men to survive. Certain men might be put to death, right, to fulfill prophecy, but most of the children of Israel, of the elect, is going to survive. They're going to make it to get beamed up on the chariots, right, to get delivered before the nuclear missiles hit this motherfucker, right? Yahweh Shai said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. Is John 16:13. It says, howbeit when he the Spirit of truth has come, he will guide you into all truth. Right? Into all truth, right? You're in a society filled with lies, right? Jake trying to hold into a society that's really against him. A system that was set up against them to keep them in a state of being a fucking slave, a perpetual slave. Being at the bottom, being the tail. Now you got Jake upset because they can't be part of this society. What the Lord sent his son back to die to redeem us, right? To buy us back, really to wake us the fuck back up so we could call on our power. so we can call in our power, so we could awake from this. It says it's high time to wake out of sleep. If you don't understand you're in captivity and you're complaining about master's not letting me do this, master's not letting me do that, master's not letting me do this, you a fucking clown. Master ain't supposed to let you do that. You think we're gonna let the heathens do what they want to do in our kingdom? Right? It says, howbeit when the spirit of truth has come, he will guide you into all truth. And the truth is that it's one people over other people. Right now we got Esau, Edom ruling over all nations, and the nation he hates the most is who? The children of Israel. Right? We're his perpetual enemy, right? Because we're given the blessings, right? And right now we're under the curses. Pretty soon the curses, well, not even pretty soon, the curses are being transferred over to the Esau and the other nations. Right? It says, howbeit when the spirit of truth is come, he will guide you into all truth. He shall not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall hear, that shall he speak, and he will show you things to come, right? It's all about prophecy. And what's the things to come? The end of Esau's kingdom, right? The end of Esau's kingdom. That's why Jake is being magnified, right? Jake is being exalted. Jake is the face of what? Power, strength, right? Esau is the face of thievery, robbery, killing, right? And you can see the jealousy. You can see the jealousy. It's John 17:17. It says, sanctify them through thy truth. Right? How are we going to separate our people from this wicked world? Through the truth. It says, sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. Right? It says, thy word is truth. Right? And this video is about this so-called wrestler called R-Truth. Right? And he's called R-Truth, but his whole character is of a coon, a sellout. Right, and look what the crowd was chanting.
Let the record state that I said, how dare you?
I'm going to finish with the book of Matthew 5:13. It says, ye are the salt of the earth. Right? Ye are the salt of the earth. Right? It's screaming, we want truth. Really, it's really symbolic. Right? Because really the people do want the truth. Right? The Lord gave that man truth, our truth, for a reason. Because we're in the time people are looking for truth. People are tired of the lies. The mental manipulation, right? The continual oppression, the depression that these people about to fucking go through, the greatest depression of all. There's gonna be a lot of dead motherfuckers, right? It says, ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost the savior, wherewith shall it be salted? It is henceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden down under foot of men, right? So here we are, the salt of the earth, and there's no accounts of our labor. Right? The scripture, let me get that again. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, it says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as afflicted him and made no accounts of his labor. Right? Because you're not represented in this society, man. Don't forget, you're the tail. Esau is the head. And that perpetual hatred is not going to stop until what the Lord come back and save us and deliver us. Shalom.